The average UK adult is paying £342 a year in credit card interest. Not paying off debt, just interest, money that goes straight to the bank and buys them absolutely nothing. At the same time, the average Brit is spending almost £700 a year on subscriptions, streaming services, gym memberships, apps, delivery passes, and research consistently shows that most people have no idea how many they have or what they actually cost. Together, those two things are quietly draining somewhere between £500 and £1,000 a year from most households. And the fix for both of them is the same thing, knowing exactly where your money is going. In this video, I am going to show you how to do a 30-minute monthly cost audit that will find every pound being wasted, how to attack your debt in the right order, and how to free up money you did not know you had. Let's go. Let us start with credit card debt, because this is where the biggest damage is being done. The average credit card purchase rate in the UK is now 27%. That is higher than it has been in more than 30 years, and some store cards charge 30 to 40%. And yet millions of people are making only the minimum payment every month, thinking they are managing their debt. They are not. They are treading water while the tide comes in. Here is what the minimum payment trap actually looks like in numbers. A £5,000 balance on a card charging 22.9%, a rate below the current average, making only the minimum payment every month. Do you know how long it takes to clear it? Over 27 years. Total interest paid? Over £7,500. That is £7,500 paid to a credit card company on top of the £5,000 you already owe, for the privilege of paying it slowly. And it is not just credit cards. Store cards from retailers like Next, Very, and similar companies often charge 30 to 40%. Buy now, pay later. Services like Klarna and ClearPay feel like free money because the first few weeks are interest-free, but miss the window or roll onto a financing plan and the rates can be brutal. And overdrafts, particularly unarranged overdrafts, can carry fees equivalent to rates well above any credit card. The total UK credit card debt is forecast to hit £79 billion by the end of 2026. That is not a national statistic. That is millions of individual people paying hundreds of pounds a year in interest they do not need to be paying. Now the subscription problem. And this one is sneakier issues because none of it feels like proper debt. 88% of UK adults have at least one subscription. The average monthly spend on subscriptions is around £50. Across a year, that is £600. But research from Barclays and Citizens Advice consistently shows that people dramatically underestimate what they actually spend. The most common culprits: streaming services. Netflix, Disney+, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Spotify, YouTube Premium, each one feels affordable individually. Together, they add up to £60, £70, £80 or more a month. Gym memberships. The most guilt-held subscription in the UK. People pay £30 to £50 and above a month for the idea of going. The average unused gym membership costs hundreds of pounds a year. App subscriptions. Adobe, Microsoft 365, cloud storage across multiple providers, VPN services, news apps. Many of these auto-renew annually and the payment goes through without anyone noticing. AI tools, an emerging category. Subscriptions to AI writing and productivity tools are now a regular monthly outgoing for millions of people. 26% of UK adults, 13 million people, accidentally took out a subscription in the last 12 months. 40% of those happened through auto-renewal without their knowledge. And spring 2026 brought new consumer protections requiring companies to remind you before auto-renewal and to make cancellation as easy as sign-up. But those protections only help if you are paying attention. Citizens Advice estimates £688 million is wasted on unused subscriptions every year in the UK. That is not a rounding error. That is real money leaving real bank accounts every month for things people either forgot they had or stopped using months ago. So here is the process. 30 minutes. Do this once and you will never look at your bank statements the same way again. Step 1. Pull up your last 3 months of bank statements and credit card statements. You can do this through your banking app right now. Most UK banking apps have a spending breakdown section. Go back 3 months because some subscriptions are quarterly or annual and will not show every month. Step 2. Highlight every single recurring payment. Any amount that appears more than once at the same value, flag it. This includes direct debits, standing orders, card payments that repeat. Write them all down or screenshot them. Step 3. For every item on that list, ask 2 questions. Do I actually use this regularly and could I get it cheaper? Not could I theoretically live without it. Do I actually use it? Please be honest. Step 4. For anything that fails, either test, cancel it, or downgrade it today. Not next week. Today. The new Spring 2026 rules mean most services must now allow you to cancel online if you signed up online. No more having to call a number and wait on hold. This is the first in hopefully many initiatives to help consumers. Step 5. For your broadband, mobile phone, home insurance, and car insurance, call the provider or go online and ask for a better deal. Every one of these has a retention team or an online loyalty discount. The loyalty penalty, the extra amount existing customers pay versus new customers, is real and significant. Broadband providers regularly offer new customer deals at 30 to 40% less than what existing customers pay. A 15-minute phone call can save you £100 or more a year on a single bill. Do all 4 and the saving is potentially £300 to £400 a year. Step 6. Add up everything you have cancelled or reduced. That is your monthly cost audit saving. Redirect every pound of it to your highest interest debt. Now you know where your money is going and you have freed some up. How do you actually attack the debt? 2 methods. Both work. One is mathematically better, the other is psychologically better. The avalanche method. List all your debts from highest interest rate to lowest. Pay the minimum on everything except the highest rate debt. Throw every spare pound at the highest rate debt until it is gone. Then roll that entire payment onto the next highest rate debt, and so on. This is mathematically the optimal approach. You pay the least total interest because you are attacking the most expensive debt first. The snowball method. List all your debts from smallest balance to largest. Pay the minimum on everything except the smallest balance. Throw every spare pound at the smallest balance until it is gone. Then roll that payment onto the next smallest, and so on. This is psychologically powerful. You get early wins. You see individual debts disappearing. You build momentum. Research consistently shows that people who use the snowball method are more likely to stick to their plan and actually clear their debt. The best debt repayment method is the one you will actually follow through on. My honest take, if the interest rate difference between your debts is significant, use the avalanche. If your debts are all at similar rates or you need the motivation of quick wins, use the snowball. Either is infinitely better than making minimum payments on everything. Now, the balance transfer option. If your highest interest debt is on a credit card, a 0% balance transfer card can be a genuinely powerful tool. In July 2026, the best deals offer up to 36 months at 0% interest with a transfer fee of around 3 to 3.5%. On a £3,000 balance, that fee is around £90, small against the interest you would otherwise pay. The critical rule with balance transfers: Divide your transferred balance by the number of months in the 0% period and set up a direct debit for that exact amount every month. That way the balance is cleared before interest kicks back in. Importantly, do not use the card for new spending. Do not miss a payment. Missing a payment typically voids the 0% offer immediately. And use a soft search eligibility checker before applying for any balance transfer card. A soft search does not affect your credit score. A full application does. Check your eligibility first, then apply only for the card you are most likely to get. One more thing worth trying before a balance transfer: call your existing credit card provider and ask for a lower interest rate. This costs nothing. It works more often than people expect, particularly if you have been a customer for several years and have a reasonable payment history. It is not guaranteed, but it takes 5 minutes and could save you hundreds of pounds. Insight 1. The minimum payment is designed to keep you in debt as long as possible. Credit card minimum payments are typically set at 1 to 2.5% of the balance, or a fixed minimum of around £25, whichever is higher. At this rate, the majority of your payment goes to interest rather than reducing the balance. The card company profits from your slowness. Every pound above the minimum goes directly to reducing what you owe. Even an extra £50 a month on a £3,000 balance at 22% cuts years off the repayment and saves hundreds in interest. Always pay more than the minimum, always. Insight 2. Debt and subscriptions are connected problems. The reason most people carry credit card debt is not a single large purchase. It is the accumulation of small monthly costs that consistently exceed income. Streaming services, takeaway apps, gym memberships, impulse purchases, none of them feel significant individually. Together they create a gap between what comes in and what goes out. The monthly cost audit closes that gap. The debt repayment method attacks what the gap has already created. You need both. Insight 3. Clearing high interest debt is the highest guaranteed return available to you. We talked about this in the salary stack video. There is no investment that reliably returns 27% after tax year after year. Paying off a credit card charging 27% is a guaranteed 27% return on every pound you put towards it. Before you invest a single pound in an ISA or index fund, before you do anything in layer 3 of the salary stack, high interest debt above 10% must be the priority. This is not complicated. It is just the maths. 2 things worth flagging. First, if your debt feels unmanageable, there is free confidential help available. Step Change Debt Charity offers free debt advice online and by phone at stepchange.org. Citizens Advice can also help at citizensadvice.org.uk. You do not need to deal with debt alone, and you do not need to pay anyone to help you manage it. Second, balance transfer cards require a reasonable credit score. If your credit history has been affected by debt, the best deals may not be available to you. In this case, focus on the avalanche or snowball method with your existing cards, and consider contacting your provider directly to discuss your options. Just to clarify, this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Here is your one job this week, and I want you to do it today, not at the weekend. Open your banking app right now. Go to the last 3 months of transactions. Find every recurring payment, add them up. I guarantee at least one of them will surprise you. Then cancel or downgrade anything you are not actively using. Redirect every pound saved to your highest interest debt. If you have credit card debt above 10% interest, run the numbers on a 0% balance transfer. Use a soft search eligibility checker on Money Saving Expert or compare the market. See what you qualify for. Subscribe for a new video every Friday. No jargon, no products to sell you. And please drop a comment below. What did your monthly cost audit find? I would like to know, even if it is just one forgotten subscription. Now, you know how to free up money and attack your debt. Next Friday, I am going to tackle something that most personal finance content completely ignores. What does money actually look like when you are earning the national living wage? Real numbers, a realistic budget, and the specific strategies that make it work at that income level. Whether you are on that income yourself or you know someone who is, that one is worth watching, as it could help someone you know as well yourself. It goes live this Friday. I will see you there.